Why would you move out so young? Why don't you just stay at home and save? I would never pay someone else's mortgage. You know there's actually rice at home.
What's good, people? My name's Ethan and I'm a property developer / entrepreneur based in South London. Now today we're talking all things personal development. Now a few months ago I put a post on my story about it being a year since I moved out my mum's, and I got so much interaction and engagement from loads of different people saying how they've been thinking about the same and I'm not sure if they should take this step or not. So I thought, me building this platform, why not share my story and my thought process behind it to see if it can help someone. So I'm going to give you guys 3 reasons as to why I decided to move out at just 22 and a few months after uni. Number 1, getting outside my comfort zone. So a few months after being employed and living at home, I realized I kind of went into cruise control. I was living at my mum's house, no bills, no stress, and yeah, life was great. However, I realized at times I'd be slacking with my side hustles. And what I mean by that is, like, I was running a private tuition business for like maths and chemistry at the time. And sometimes I just cancel lessons when I didn't feel like it. Or like there'd be a drop on a shoe and sometimes I just didn't go for it. And I didn't like that about myself, that sometimes I just feel a bit lazy. So I realized then that, you know, something kind of needed to change. I was saving up most of my income and I had minimal expenditure. So trust me, I was comfortable. And I'm a strong believer of growth coming outside your comfort zone. I had read so many books, I tried new things, I knew that something needed to change. And I thought to myself, it must be my environment. My environment needed to change for me to be able to like really level up and get out of my comfort zone, to be able to, you know, have that hunger and have that drive to be able to, you know, drive my businesses and really push myself past my boundaries. So that was my main reason as to why I decided to move out. And I want to emphasize, like, you know, when people see wanting to move out, sometimes they want the freedom, they want the lifestyle. But to be honest with you guys, my main thing was getting outside my comfort zone. Because once you know you have bills to pay, you've got car to pay for, fuel to pay for, gas, electric, council tax, boy, you know that you're not going to be slacking on any of your side hustles. And I realized that as soon as I moved here, my mindset kind of changed and my drive was like, I got that extra kick. Because I knew that now I had responsibilities that I had to fulfill like every month without fail. So me being able to change my environment and just kind of give myself those extra responsibilities gave me that urge to keep on going and keep on driving forward. Number 2, having an accountability partner. So luckily for me, my friends and I were all on the same personal development journey. So this was during COVID times where literally we weren't allowed to go anywhere. And my friends and I, we started a sort of like personal development book club on a Sunday where we'd all jump on a Zoom call and just discuss the books that we'd read and we'd set each other targets. So we was all creating this environment where we was pushing the boundaries, go out to the parks and work out. I was lucky enough to be in a circle where everyone was kind of on the same thing. And one of my other friends who'd also graduated at the same time as me was thinking about moving out and taking, you know, this next change of environment. So we kind of had discussions together about how if we are going to do this, we need to make sure we're setting goals for each other and we'll be on each other's back in case anyone slacking. So not only did I have someone to be able to split the bills with, I also had someone to be able to get onto me to make sure that I am achieving what I said I was going to achieve. So having an accountability partner was one of the other driving factors as to why I decided to move out. And since moving here, I've been able to see the results exponentially. Like literally from day one, if anyone's slacking, we get onto each other. If anyone's still in bed, he's knocking on my door saying like, Ethan, wake up, we need to go to the gym, or why haven't you worked out today? You said you was going to record that video, have you recorded it yet? So having someone on my back and being able to, you know, do that for him as well, I've been able to see the results in both of our businesses, and now he's gone on to start his own marketing agency, which I'm now seeing thrive. And that's been a result of us both getting at each other and having these conversations about what we're trying to achieve in the space we're trying to achieve. If I do see him just sitting there, I'll be like, oh, what have you done today? And just having someone getting onto your back is great, and just cultivating an environment in that house where, you know, we've both taken this jump and we've got bills and responsibilities to pay. We're not just going to sit here and do nothing, because at the end of the day, bills need to be paid and we've got goals that we want to achieve. And funny enough, I also put a post up about how we was paying for this place for like the first year, we was literally reselling hard. So I'll go into all the other side hustles that I had at the time. So let me know in the comments if you want to know my side hustles and how we was essentially living not rent free, but not even using our income, our salaries to be able to afford this place. We was literally just side hustling like madmen on eBay, Amazon and Discord groups, but I'll do a whole separate video on that. Moving on to my third point, which is moving out my house. I saw it as an investment, and I always say this: the best investment you can make is in yourself, and being able to bet on yourself is very, very key to be able to achieve success. So with this mindset, I was able to confidently move out, because by me paying rent is me indirectly investing back into myself, because I'm allowing myself to be in an environment where I can push my boundaries, change my environment, get out of my comfort zone and be able to excel. So me paying rent was a no-brainer for me. But that's me personally. So I have this conversation with so many people. Why would you want to pay someone's rent? Why do you want to pay someone's mortgage? And quite frankly, I don't look to get a residential mortgage for a very long time until I decide to settle down with my wife and kids and buy my forever home. But that's a whole different conversation to be had. But that's one that I do want to have, because it's, you know, sometimes it can be a bit of a taboo with people like, you know, young professionals being told like, oh, don't rent or wait till you can afford mortgage to be able to move out your house and all that stuff. But that's a whole nother conversation that is due to be had, and I'm looking forward to actually having it. So if you guys also want that conversation, let me know in the comments, because I'm happy to have it, because I'm all for buy what you rent and rent where you live. I'm all for that. But yeah, you lot let me know in the comments. Back to my point, as I was saying, moving out was an investment back into myself, because as I said before, I'm creating an environment that will allow me to excel and be able to advance my businesses, advance my property portfolio, and essentially create more wealth and create more money. So me paying rent was just a small fee to be able to access that rewards. So for me, basically no brainer. And lastly, what I said in my last video is, when I'm thinking about all investments, I always think, what is the worst thing that could happen? And when I think about this whole situation, I'm moving out, the worst thing that can happen is I end up back at my mum's house, and she will happily take me back and, you know, welcome me back into her house, and I just move back in. That is pretty much the worst thing that can happen. And I have, again, no shame in taking setbacks, because setbacks just allows you time to, you know, strategize and move forward and to be able to make bigger steps forward. So that wraps up my 3 main reasons as to why I decided to move home. So number 1 was for getting out of my comfort zone. Number 2, accountability partner. And number 3, investment into myself, which is, I'm a big believer of that. And as I said, if you don't invest in yourself, how do you expect anyone to invest in you? So if any of you guys are in the same position where, you know, you're on the bridge of, should I do it? Should I not do it? Just let me know in the comments, and I'll do a part 2 to this video as well. So I'll do a part 2 of 3 things that you must consider, because to be honest, there's some conversations that needed to be had, especially like council tax. And I want to go into that, because no one told me how expensive council tax were and how much that just rises every year, and it just does my head in. I can go through all of that in another video, so just let me know in the comments. Disclaimer again, this is a big decision. This is not me saying to be able to achieve success, you need to move out your house. No, it's not some sort of flex. This is a very big decision that you need to make. It comes with a lot of financial responsibility. If you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you want a part 2 or any other topics you'd like me to touch up on, and I'll watch out for more content. See you guys later.